This video will explain to you how to make folders in Notability for each of your classes and how to make folders inside of those classes so that you can store your documents there. When you finish this video, you should know how to do these 6 things in order to organize yourself in Notability. Notability is your digital folder. You can see that here I have listed all of the work that I have in Notability right now. And right now it's in that grayed out all notes section that's over on the left-hand side. But it's pretty overwhelming to try and find something I need. So we're going to learn how to set up digital folders for each of our courses. Now I have over on the side my courses, all my work in folders. I have one folder for summer courses. This is actually called a divider in Notability. And then I have 2 subjects underneath summer courses. I also have APES right here for one of my courses, and I have 2 subjects underneath APES. If, for instance, I needed something that was in my lab safety, all I would need to do is touch it, and now only the work for Flynn Lab Safety shows up. So I'm going to show you how to set this up for yourself. So to make this binder, this digital binder useful, I want to make sure that I have a separate section for each of my classes. So I am going to do that by touching the blue plus sign in the upper left. And as soon as I do, I see a window that says create subject or create divider. Now I need a divider for each of my classes. So I'm going to touch that and I am going to make a divider for biology. I'm going to touch done, and when I close the caret, I can see a 0 that says there's no assignments in biology. So now I'm going to make another divider for my AP Human Geo class, and I'm going to press done. And I'm going to make another one for my algebra class. Okay, and press done. Now, let's say that I do this and I make a mistake and I need to take one of those dividers away. All I need to do is swipe to the left, and when I do, I will be able to see that delete that you just saw. So if I touch it, you can see that little delete. If I touch that button, it's going to take that away. And then I can go back and I can add a new divider. So again, AP Human Geo, I'm going to put that in there, press done, and I can see that I now have 2 new dividers in place. Now I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and do that for each one of your classes in Notability. So in biology, you're going to have lots of different things that you're going to be doing, and you want to be able to find those easily as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a subject for each of the topics that we'll be working on in biology. Now to do this, what I'm going to do again is I am going to touch the plus sign, and this time I'm going to create a subject. So I'm going to touch create a subject, and you'll notice it opens up at top. So we'll figure out how to put it in biology later. But I'm going to be organizing my class this year in terms of weeks. So I'm going to put week 1, and actually I need to fix that so that there's a space. So week 1, and our topic for week 1 is getting to know you. And we'll be doing all kinds of things with getting to know you. And I'm going to hit done because now, and again, you'll notice that there are no documents in there. But I'm also going to set up my subject for week 2. So I'm going to put week 2, and week 2 is going to be about graphing. So now I have both of those done. Now you'll notice they're outside of my biology folder, and I want to move them into my biology folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch the edit. Now when I do, I'm going to see a whole bunch of new things coming up. Now these little settings buttons here are ways that I can change the color and so forth, or I can even delete this if I want to, but I don't want to do that. Instead, I just want to move it. So that's what these little hamburgers are at the other side. If I hold on to that, that's going to give me the ability to move it. And I'm going to move it right here underneath biology. And you can see that it puts itself in the biology folder. And I'm going to do the same for my week 1. And I'm going to make sure that I organize it so it goes numerically, right? So I've got week 1 above week 2. If I wanted to move week 2 above week 1, I could do that, but it makes sense to do it numerically. So that's how I'm going to do it. Now, I've got it organized here, so I'm going to press done, and you'll notice that I see those still underneath biology, but all the extra stuff has disappeared. And if I touch the caret, I am not going to see those. And you'll see under AP Human Geo, there still isn't anything. But I can see if I wanted to by opening all my carets, what I have for each of the classes, and I will be able to make a subject folder for each of the units. So I have my dividers and my subjects in place. So now what I need to do is I need to start moving my documents into my folders. Now I've already done this with a whole bunch of my stuff. However, the ones I haven't worked with are my unfiled notes. So if I touch unfiled notes, I can find only the ones that haven't been put anywhere. Now to move these, all I'm going to need to do is touch and hold the document, and you can see where it now becomes something mobile. And this was my AP class. So I'm going to put this in my AP keys folder, and you can see there's now a number 1 there. And if I touch this, I can see that that's where it happens to reside right now, which leaves me with 2 unfiled notes. So I'm going to take my meiosis diagrams, and again, I'm making it mobile, and I'm going to move it into scientific reading. And I can see that it is embedded there. And the last one, my note for July 20th, I'm going to move that into scientific reading as well. So I now have 2 documents there, right? So 2 documents that are in scientific reading, and I have 1 in my AP keys, and now I have none in my unfiled notes. Now, all of my documents are still in my all notes, but it is much easier to find the documents when they reside in a smaller group. Now, I have all of my documents right now in my different folders, but in this folder, I have a document that says meiosis diagrams, and I actually want to put reading on there so that I remember. So there's a quick way to change the title of a document. If you touch edit, you'll see that the titles of the documents are going to become text boxes, which gives me the opportunity to change the name or add to the name. And then once I'm done, when I hit the done button, my title has been altered. And that might help you to also, just in case you've got multiple titles, that you can go in and you can change that. These are the instructions for what we just went over in the video. You could pause here so that the instructions are in front of you as you work, but you can always ask your teacher.